Okay, this is DragonofEternity and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. In the last video, I went through the third and fourth quest of the Tank Role Questline in Endwalker. And in this video, we will be going through the fifth and sixth quest of the Tank Role Questline in Endwalker. So, would probably help if I clicked on the screen again. So let's talk to the Keeper of the Entwined Serpents, who still hasn't got an actual name. Level 89, Hearts True. The Keeper of the Entwined Serpents is on the lookout for palms in the distance even. Gleipnir has not been seen since our last encounter. This brief respite may be our best chance to quell the Great One's terror. I mean, understandable, it did kind of cause this. You know, a child's mistake made a Pajal lose its horns, and now that ex-Pajal is now the bloody blasphemy. You know, swings and roundabouts. Make way for the saplings, Kupo. We've had plenty of practice cultivating our gardens, so selecting the most robust ones was a simple matter, Kupo. That was the hardest work, so you can help us with the easy part, Kupo. If you see a spot of corruption, cleanse the taint and plant the sapling in its place, Kupo. Do it enough times and the Great One is sure to understand what we're doing. All we can to heal the forest, which ought to brighten its mood, Kupo. We'll see to the Shroud, Kupo. You should have no trouble taking care of the rest, Kupo. Well, at least I don't have to do the bloody stealth area. Your efforts are much appreciated, Kupo. We shall begin without further delay, Kupo. I trust you will not object to my company, Kupo. I dare say healing the forest is one task for which I am more qualified than most, Kupo. I need to stop saying Kupo. Elder Seeds here. Are you well enough to leave the city? I should like to think I have been for some time. In any event, Izumi has finally grown tired of my objections and ceased his attempts to detain me further. Oof. Allow me to be the one to consecrate these saplings. 'Twould be an honor to offer words of thanks to the forest for its bounty. Please do, Kupo. A prayer from the Elder Seer herself will surely hasten their growth from tiny sapling to towering tree, Kupo. Such is my hope, Kupo. As Joran did before me, I shall approach the Great One in friendship. Let it might see through the veil of fear that blinds it, and remember our covenant. Let's begin by cleansing all traces of corruption in the central shroud. To Greentear, I sense that the flow of ether has become warped there. Impressive, Kupo. Not even my keen eyes could spot corruption from such a distance, Kupo. It is but one of the many talents I owe to the elementals. Very well. Oh, well then. Let us... Or shall we... Well then, shall we be on our way? I swear I have some forms of dyslexia. Right, where am I going? That way. Okay. So, to Bent Branch, and then northeast. Up to the waterfall place. Alright, so... Through here then. I think this was the first area I went to when starting the game. It was either here or North Shroud. Yeah, starting as a Lancer in Gridania. Fun times. Fun times. Corrupted air. I shall keep watch for errant beasts. This blight upon the forest must be cleansed. When you have finished, I shall consecrate the sapling in soil with prayer. Okie dokie. And ba-boom. Has every quest in this world quest line had battles? I think they have. Huh. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Alright, Kanasana. Do your thing, hon. In gratitude for your boundless blessings do I offer this gift. May it nourish you as you nourish us. A tree will one day be chopped down by a botanist. At last the earth is cleansed. There is a settlement not far from here. We should tell them of the sapling, bid them watch over, and keep it safe from harm. Of course, Elder Seedseer. I shall relay your words forthwith. It will give the people hope to know that they can aid in the restoration of the 12th Wood. Thank you. And now we must go. Her Pagel senses a tinkling. To Silent Arbor. There, something foul impedes the flow of ether. Let us hurry. Silent Arbor, that's South Shroud? Right? South Shroud? Yeah, South Shroud. South Shroud, even. Yeah, I could have travelled there, but... eh. It's over here, then. Look, the flowers here have withered and died. I shudder to think what the forest would look like if this were allowed to spread. Think final line. Praise ye to the corruption, that I may plant and bless the sapling. Alright, corrupted water. Tainted sprite. And my boom. Nearly there. Bubble. Do you say anything different? I trust the Mughals are planting their saplings with suitable solemnity and reverence, but if they are not, let us hope their festivities do not draw Glepnir's eye. Oh, you do say something different. Well, I missed a bit of dialogue in Central Shroud then. Oh well. Pretty. The injury has begun to heal, and our next destination lies to the north. Near Hurstmill, I believe. 'Tis faint, for we are far from the source. Nevertheless, I am certain it is there. Come. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Hurstmill, Hurstmill. Where's Hurstmill? No. Ah. Alright. I could have went back to Gridania. I could have went back to Gridania and then used Aetheryte to go to North Shroud. 6 and 2 freeze, really. 6 and 2 freeze. Then speak with Canis Senna at Hurst Mill. Or however you pronounce this bloody thing. Ah, the Ixol dailies. They were fun to do. Peace Garden, Hurst Mill. I suppose while I'm here. Hi, Gerald. How you doing, buddy? Should probably work on some more realm-born weapons. There's no achievement, but so close to the hamlet is nowhere safe. Where must the people seek shelter from this corruption? 'Tis fortunate that the corruption here is faint. A simple prayer should suffice to cleanse the soil, after which we may plant the sapling. That close to a tree? It's going to steal all its nutrients. Well, at least I assume that's how biology with trees work. I sense no other disruptions in the etheric flow, which leads me to believe that the Mughals have already seen to the remainder. Indeed, the Trollsword sighs with a contentment I have not felt in a long while. But it will serve to placate the Great One, I cannot say. Oh, but will it serve to placate the Great One, I cannot say. Not until we visit the Guardian Tree. Excuse me, but you're the elder seats here, aren't you? What brings you all the way to our village? Corruption that had upset the balance of ether, but that we have since cleansed with prayer and saplings. Thus has the Trollsword reclaimed a measure of peace. You've been planting trees? We have. The elementals have suffered much of late, and with these offerings we endeavour to raise their spirits. Elder Seatsia, I've got to protest. What of your people's spirits? We who dread every step we must take out of doors. Wait, what? Elder Seatsia, I've got to protest. What of your people's spirits? We who dread every step... Oh, right, the people's spirits. We who dread every step we must take out of doors. That terrible monster is still out there, preying upon innocent folk without rhyme or reason, and it doesn't strike us... If it doesn't strike us dead where we stand, its poison will finish the job. I know that you are afraid, let you and yours suffer still. However, 'tis under the auspices of the elementals that we may call the Trollsword home, and they too cry out for deliverance. Even the Great One quakes with fear for the blasphemy's continued existence. To ignore their plight is to invite greater tragedy for us all. Rest assured, however, that I have not forgotten the needs of the people. We bring comfort to the elementals and renew our secret ties that we might enlist the aid of the Great One in combating Glepnir, and the suffocating despair it spreads. So I pray you continue to put your faith in our guardians, and in me. Would like we could, Elder Seatsia, but we've been dealing with death and sickness since before Glepnir's coming. They say the creeping death's nothing to fear these days, but we know better. One of ours caught it not long ago. We gave it a cure, had plenty on hand, and for a while we thought it would be alright. But by the time we realised it hadn't done a damn thing, it was too late to call for a conjurer. It was a sad day for us all when she passed, but for none more so than her poor husband, Supin. Uh-oh. He was beside himself with grief, and who could blame him? And then came Glepnir to compound our woes. Supin? It cannot be. Do you speak of Ea Sura Supin? Ea Sura? No. Supin was an odd one, but no one had mistaken for a Pagil. Supin wasn't even his real name. That would be Elengia, but his wife was fond of calling him Supin for some reason, and it caught on with the rest of us. I see, and what did Elengia look like? Well, I'd say he'd seen no more than 30 summers. Kept to himself. came and went with nary a word at times. Though after he met his beloved, he became more of a fixture. Friendly, even. His wife was a sickly lass, but she had spirit. But spirit's not enough to beat the creeping death. Pity we couldn't do anything for her. Ah, it all ties together now. He had finally made a new life for himself here. Thank you for recounting Elengia's story. Sad though it was, it has helped me to better understand how much you have all suffered. I promise that you will have cause to celebrate soon. Until then, I implore you again to place your faith in the elementals, and in me. Together we shall overcome this crisis. Wow, they were quick to turn around. Despite what he said, I am certain this Elengia was Ea Sura Supin. To think that he was living so close by for all those years, searching for a new purpose, and finding true love, only to be robbed of that fulfillment too. Were he still a Pagil, empowered by the elementals, could he have saved her? He would have dwelt on that question night after sleepless night. I know I would have. Mayhap in the end he came to blame the elementals for his helplessness, for her death, and in despair was consumed. Aye, the animosity would linger, endure, and in vengeance would Gleipnir find its final purpose. We have done all we can to show the Great One the purity of our intent. Let us hope that we will be accepted as friends. Huh. Well, that certainly hits you in the feels, doesn't it? Evershade, Evershade. That would be Central. Yeah, let me read that while I fly there. He protests her efforts to placate the elementals at the expense of her people, as he perceives it. As Kernisin attempts to calm him, she learns that they suffered tragedy in the days preceding Gleipnir's appearance, when the creeping death claimed the life of a poor woman. The wife of a man she soon realizes is Ea Sura Supin, her childhood friend who was stripped of his Pagil horns and cast out many years ago. The nature of Gleipnir's apparent hostility towards the elementals becomes clear. The blasphemy is driven by the lingering resentment of one who grew to believe he had been twice robbed of purpose by the guardians of the Twelveswood. More resolved than ever to see this crisis resolved, the elder Seedseer makes for Evershade, where the Great One slumbers to beseech its aid. Suffering was Ea Sura's constant companion. Nay, it still is. For his sake, and ours, we must deliver him peace. Our supplications cannot have escaped the Great One's notice. May it be enough to receive an audience. Honestly, I'd probably slap the Great One. O Great One, may I abide ever beneath your boughs, embraced by your compassion, grace, and wisdom. Be still the fear within your heart, and know that I am your faithful servant. Also, you've been a dick to a child. Oh god, this is like the voice of the mother, isn't it? All feeling. Passing corruption. Refreshed. Renewed green. Flesh restored. Child of child. Covenant honored. Friend. Friendship. Peace. It worked. The Great One speaks through the Elder Seeds here. We have a right to follow Joran's example. The corruption is but one aspect of a greater threat. We beseech your help to slay Glepnir. Yeah, but the guy you kind of screwed over out of his misery. Profanity spawn. Despair's orphan. Sadness and anger. Sadness. Death's prayer. One and all. Poison potent. Wounds unmending. Withering bark. No strength. To share. After all we have done, you deny us? After all the Elder Seedseer has endured? She has pledged herself to you, devoted her life to the Twelveswood. The people cried out for salvation, and she answered. The elements cried out for deliverance, and she answered. Only you can help us now. If you do not, then we are lost. She is lost. Please, I beg you. We beg you. Hey, I recognize a couple of them. What are you doing here? We've been depending on the Seedseer all our lives, blaming them whenever something goes wrong, without ever considering what we might do ourselves. Aye, but no longer. The Elder Seedseer has gone to incredible lengths for her people, and so her people have come to return the favour. If her plea alone is not convincing enough, then we will raise our voices in support. We couldn't let them make the journey without protection. That, and we couldn't let them put us to shame. We too have come to stand with the Elder Seedseer and beseech the Great One for aid. We all want the same thing, don't we? Peace restored to the forest. So please, share what you can, however little. Do not forsake us. Do not forsake her. Damn, that's an emotional moment. Kane, Covenant's child, walks with man, with elemental, keeper of ancient faith, unbroken, cannot, will not, break faith, to man, render up, flesh. Then you agree to help us? Flesh, branches, take and join, to oldest elders, renew bond, as one stir. Raise up to heavens, covenant symbol, our staff, all join, all bloom, all peace. That must have taken a hell of a toll on her. My duty weighed heavy on my heart. So heavy that at times I scarce remembered to breathe. For days and nights I worried that I would be found wanting. But by your faith and trust has the path forward been revealed to us. You came hither, united in purpose, and bared your hearts before the Great One. Aye, nay, Gridania is forever in your debt. Aw, that's a wholesome moment. What the? A horn? A branch. I understand the symbolism, but what is it? What is it being used for? May I rely on you all once more? I bid you take these branches to every corner of the Trollswood, and join them to the eldest trees, that we might finally win free of this despair. It shall be done, Elder Seedseer, we swear it. So you're grafting the branches onto old trees. Once the trees have been bound together in spirit, I shall carry out the Great One's final instruction and cast its cleansing power all across the Trollswood. Yet I must remind you, my friends, like Gleipnir still stalks the forest. It will not remain idle. It will attempt to stop us. Go with hope in your hearts, but do not lose sight of the danger. Okay, but what does that do? Yeah, I still don't get it. Maybe it casts like a protective ward that stops the poison. Maybe. Okie dokie, heart's true. I admit for a moment I thought it wouldn't work, but the Elder Seedseer moved not only the hearts of the people, but that of the forest itself. Her final task appears to be a bit more complicated than the Great One made it sound, and so she must scour the ancient text before the time comes, and consult with the Seedseer Council to make sure all goes according to plan. It's just as well, we still need to wait until the others have joined the Great One's branches to the many ancient trees scattered throughout the Trollswood. Then, of course, there is the matter of Gleipnir. He will not go peacefully as we work to hasten his demise. When he comes, we must be ready. Final quest. A Path Unveiled. The keeper of the entwined serpents, who still has no proper name, is pleased to see you. Impeccable timing as always, Marishna, but moments ago the Elder Seedseer sent word to go and fetch you. She's already on her way and will explain everything herself when she arrives. Okie dokie. The children of the Trollswood, both Moogle and man-like, have sallied forth, branches in hand, to the far reaches of the forest. Soon the task shall be completed. Though the shadow of death yet looms large, they do not allow despair into their hearts. They hold fast to their faith in a brighter future. We shall see the hope rewarded, and by the grace of the elementals, consign these grim days to memory. We need only succeed in summoning the Ermine Hedge. You may recall that the Great One's words were muddled and esoteric. I believe that it was an instruction to carry out this esoteric ceremony in order to expunge the corruption befouling the forest, that the once tainted earth may begin to mend. For you see, when the Ermine Hedge last was formed, it was to protect the Trollswood from threats without. The Great One acted as a guardian, embracing the woods to shield them as a father would his child. On this occasion, however, we will call upon it to nourish and revitalize, as a mother nurses her child, to make them strong against sickness. In channeling the power of the elementals in this way, we can stem the spread of Gleipnir's poison, and the scars of its passing will finally heal. At least that was what the Great One intended to say, I believe. The Seedseer Council agrees with my interpretation and has permitted me to perform the ceremony. I have in my possession a single branch, the final one to be attached to the eldest tree of the Trollswood. For all you have done to aid us thus far, I ask you accept this honour. Who better to set the final stone in this new foundation for everlasting peace? You who have sacrificed so much for the sake of others. If we had even a sliver of your courage, we could move mountains. Thank you, my friend. We will find the tree of which I spoke in front of the Leatherworkers Guild. Let us depart. Are we going to fight the thing in Gridania? Because fighting it in the city would be funny. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, we're probably going to be fighting it at the Guardian Tree. If we are fighting it. I don't see why we wouldn't be fighting it. Oh god, I'm a tank. Yeah, I need to go into tank mode. Oh, this is it? This thing has significance? Huh. Okay. From here, the Great One's blessing will spread to every corner of Gridania and send all manner of wicked beasts scurrying back into the shadows. My voice is failing me. Look to the boughs above. No, the boughs above. And you'll see a spot where the bark has been discoloured by age and the elements. There you must affix the branch. So I'm climbing. You ascend the ancient trunk and affix the branch of the Guardian Tree to the withered bark as directed by the Elder Seatsia. You don't get shown this because how would that happen with game mechanics? You're quite the climber, and with that, all preparations are now complete. Let's return to the Guardian Tree and with the aid of the Great One deliver salvation to the whole of the Twelveswood. Speak with Carnicena in Evershade. Yeah, this is gonna be the fight, isn't it? God, that guy still had it rough, though. You trusted an adventurer who wanted to help out his child. Turns out he was an asshole. For that, you get stripped of your powers and exiled. You try and make a life for yourself. You have a wife who passed away. So now you're double pissed off at the elements. Sheesh. It's rough. It's rough. Our journey nears its end. I shall be glad to go to bed again without Glepnia to haunt my dreams. If it truly is Sirar's lingering resentment for the elements that drives the blasphemy, then it will surely come. For the sake of the man he was, I must try to appeal to his reason. Oh, good luck. But should I fail, then we have no recourse but to fight. Regardless, this day we shall bid farewell to Glepnir. Okie dokie, 550. I should be fine with the dungeon gear and the Moon's Award set. I'm gonna grab a drink real quick. And blow my nose. Okay, that should help a bit. Through the branches of the Guardian Tree, the Twelveswood is become as one. In summoning the Ermine Hedge, every elm of the sacred lands will be imbued with the Great One's nourishing ether. The forest will be empowered to heal itself, to break free of Glepnia's despair. The ceremony is complex and delicate, and I must maintain focus. I trust you will do what is necessary to see that I am not interrupted. So in other words, keep aggro. Okay. Glepnia comes! Defend the Elder Seatsia! Hello. Blasphemy, Glepnir. Are the elementals so deserving of your scorn? Do you hate me too for my horns? I knew a boy once, a boy who called them gifts, symbols of the blessings he resolved to share with the world. Yet the beast before me now brings naught but misery and death, mocks its victim with chains to bind and condemn, to share in its suffering. I was not there for you then, but I am here for you now, to unmake what you have become. I shall begin the ceremony. Stand fast and remember what we fight for. Alright, a paladin, a white mage, and a lancer go into a fight. Meanwhile, you're doing the FF10 sending dance. Alright, alright. First let me get Iron Will on. And off we go. Hello! The Elder Seats here must not be disturbed. Protect her. Summoning of the Ermine. Shit! Don't I have a move I can use? Probably. Down for the count, creeping poison. Did I take anything? The pain is too much to bear. I cannot move. Yeah, there it is. Uh-oh. Poison geyser. Pain racks your body. Ready. Endure! Out of the horn of despair. The rite of summoning for the Ermine Hedge begins. Inject? There we go. I forgot what thing I needed to do. I have too many buttons on here. Ah, my ether wanes. Why is your ether waning? Come on, I'm finding the bloody poison. It's not that hard. Interject again. Wow, it's almost like this is teaching you how to do mechanics. The summoning must needs be completed. Well, I've took off a 6 for its health. Ceremony is almost complete. Keep letting me at bay. Yeah, I'm working on that. Working on that. Slowly but surely. Do not allow them to drift near the elder seats here. Well, I've got 3. Uh-oh. Scarcely waste my spear. Has this poison taken effect already? Ceremony is almost complete. Bear his wrath for a while longer. Yeah, working on it. Working on it. Come on, quarter of itself down. Murky waves. Screw it, confetti out. Oh shit. What is that? Creeping beast. More beasts, okay. Something I could use for this, right? Arm's length. He calls upon his wicked minions. Bear them. Something. Easy. Cat. Yeah, he keeps casting that now. Alright. Oh shit. Come on, you got 5%. I don't know what you want me to do here. Inject? Okay, inject. Alright. My ether is exhausted, I cannot stand. Because I managed to land the Seed Zero portion of your power. Okay. How? Come on. Come, you pitiful beast. Let's see the contents of your innards. My prayers have been heard. May your embrace shield us.
By the grace of the elementals.
Oh, there we go. I guess you've cast LB free. Alright, she's healing him. Now press the attack. There's the music. The battle's far from over. Steel yourself. Earthshake. I see. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okie dokie. Why are you all the way over there? Root uplift. At first, then in. Milky waves. That one. Noxious stream.
I shall ease your hurts.
The forest blessing shall guide us. Wait, was that a buff that got changed? Damage over time cannot be stacked with Blade of Valor. Oh. Oh, I see how that works now. Okay. Okie dokie. So using Requiescat Confiteor. Okay. I understand now. I understand. To me, we must group together. Even Glepnir lashes out in the face of death, bringing it into its misery while the barrier still stands. Working on it. Yes, sir, I now fathom the depth of your suffering.
What will be done?
Can I go back to that? I now fathom the depths of your suffering for all that you held dear. I shall see to it like you have given peace. His rancor makes even the elementals shudder in fear. The barrier will not hold for much longer. Press the attack! Working on it! Yeah, slowly but surely working on it. 3%. %. 0.4. Ba-boom. Whew. Ba-boom. Through sacred soil and azure skies may your compassion flow and swell to banish the darkness. Oh, there's music. No! Receding terror. Blissful quiet. Blessing. Covenant preserved. Now and always. Child of child. Honor and gratitude unending. You were still a dick to that guy, though. For we as well, honor and gratitude unending. We could not have overcome the blasphemy without your aid. In your everlasting grace, I pray you continue to guide we children of the forest. In your boundless mercy, I pray you forgive the lost and forsaken who succumbed to despair. Whoa. To you, my dear Ea Sarah, I promise I shall never forget your words of wisdom. Ours is indeed a gift and a blessing, and a duty to our people I will uphold. Until my final breath, this I swear. Well, that took a lot out of me. The elder Seedseer's childhood friend suffered too much tragedy in his life. Of that there can be no doubt. But with his passing, he, and the realm, may once more know peace. And we may finally begin to mourn the innocence lost to his rage. Thank you, Marshna. The great cleansing could not have succeeded without you. The blight has been purged, and the blasphemous beast which bore it laid low. The sacred wood that once held its breath in fear now breathes a long sigh of relief. I must return to Gridania and my regular duties as Elder Seedseer, but I should be glad if you could call upon me there. That is, if I may impose upon you one final time. Thank you. I promise not to detain you at length. Let us meet again at the Lotus Stand. So we are going to the Lotus Stand then. Is she still a dick? I shouldn't be salty, but I am. A child's mistake led to this. You know. What happened to forgive? Ay, ay, ay. Lotus Stand, Lotus Stand. Speak with Silent Conjurer. Lotus Stand. Silent Conjurer. The elder Seedseer with you within. Shall I escort you to it? God, I'm sounding like an old man voice with this. First time in a month I record and my voice just goes to shit. Yeah, well. Just need to get back into the hang of things. The Great One's ether flows all throughout the Trollswood, purging the last vestiges of Glepnir's poison. The surviving wounded are no longer in danger, and have begun to recover at long last. Kupo. We have much cause to rejoice, in no small part because of you, my friend. On behalf of Gridania and myself, allow me to thank you yet again for your tireless efforts in bringing Glepnir to heel. You went above and beyond the call of duty for the sake of our people and their homeland. You were inspiring to behold, and not for the first time, I must say. Forgive me, Elder Seedseer, but with this crisis behind us, I would suggest a new course of action. Oh, and what would that be? Rest. In all our time together, I have never seen you so hard-pressed. Surely you're weary and could benefit from a brief respite. I appreciate your concern, my friend, but I cannot. Will not. One day, perhaps, but not this day. But Elder Seed's here. Recent events have given me cause to reflect upon my past, upon lessons that I once thought I had taken to heart. When I did not yet understand the duty with which I had been entrusted, when these horns of mine were but chains binding me to a destiny I did not choose. 'Twas Sarah who taught me to appreciate the gift I had been given. Had he not been there to help me keep the proper path, where would my errant feet have taken me instead? He was perhaps the first, but he would not be the last. My brother and sister and countless other kind souls, through their words and their support, have also helped me continue to find a way forward, even when I thought there was none. 'Tis by opening our hearts to one another that we in turn open new paths, that we can conceive of greater opportunities and brighter futures. All who live within Gridania are deserving of these gifts, and so I must always be there for them, that together we may journey in safety through darkest night. Not tempted to live free and wild and free like an adventurer? You don't desire a life for yourself outside of your duties? Oh. Go with the second one. My life is my duties, and my duties is my life. I do what I love and desire naught else. But if there ever came a time when I no longer serve as Elder Seedseer, I would be forced to consider alternatives. Perhaps I would do the same as Sarah and settle down with my beloved. Finding and courting them would make for quite the adventure, don't you think? Oh my. Regardless of what the future has in store, my present course is clear. So long as we Pajal serve as a bridge between man and elemental, Gridania can weather any storm. And so I will continue to walk hand in hand with my people and my patrons, along a path that we discover together. We still don't know what your bloody name is. That's it? Really? Okay. Right, I imagine you're going to tell me that, yeah, go to radz-at-han. For the blasphemy is no more, there are still administrative matters to resolve. If it is not much... If it is... My god, I really am getting tired here. If it is not too much to ask, could you bring word of these recent events to our delegate in radz-at-han? It has been an honor and a pleasure, my friend. May the elementals watch over and keep you. I would gladly go to radz-at-han myself in your stead, but the Elder Seer is adamant in resuming her duties at once, and so I too must go without rest. But such is the life we both chose. Who knows, maybe one day you both will settle down. Yeah, and Low Stand isn't available. Shame, it's a pretty nice place. Yeah. Okie dokie. radz-at-han, teleport hand in, and we are done with the Tank Role Questline. So that just leaves the Healer Questline. And then I can accept the Epilogue Role Questline in 6.1. Oh boy. Oh boy. So what have I got to do in 6.1? MSQ, Alliance Raid, the World Quest, and the other features haven't been released yet, so I'm going to have to wait for 0.15, 0.18. Yeah, still plenty of pacing. Alright, Gridanian Delegate. Welcome back, I pray you brought glad tidings. Sure. Gluttony was slain, you brought joy to me on an otherwise uneventful day. Of course, I had complete faith in your successes, but had begun to worry ever so slightly when you did not return as quickly as I had anticipated. I shall report your success to the envoys at once. If we have further need of you, I pray you will answer our call. Yeah, I'll be answering it in 6.1. Although technically it is 6.1 now. Semantics. Morphin Death. Okay, so I can die the... Let's see, do I have a bit on me? I can dye the artifact gear if I wanted to. It only changes the cloak? Really? Huh. Okay. Okie dokie. So, the final quest left to do is the healer one. Yep. Yep. So I got Ralbon, I got Arenvald, and I've got Fordola to talk to in that storyline. And with how Ferdola's been, fun times with that. So let's see, what can I do for that? I can start it on White Mage for the first couple of quests. Yeah, there's a plan. Okie dokie. So, I think with that, I am going to end this video here. This has been DragonofEternity, going through more Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. In this video, before my voice finally gives out, I went through the last couple of quests for the Tank Role Questline in Endwalker. So that is the Tank Role Questline done. So I've done the melee questline, I've done the physical range questline, I've done the magical range questline, and I have done the tank questline. So the only thing left to do is go through the tank, not the tank, I've just been for the tank one, is to go through the healer questline next time. So I guess I'll be doing that with White Mage or Scholar. Also, is there like a area appropriate menu I can have out? Do I have Shinryu? I don't know. Monkey King. No. Monkey. No. Robot. No. Pig. No. Yokai. No. What would I have out? I'll find something that's appropriate. Grinwald. Name days. Sure, why not? Okay. So yeah, next time I'll be going for the healer role questline. And finally finishing up the 6.0 content, unless I want to show off the crafter gathering stuff, but... ugh. So, with that planned out, viewers, with my rambling hopefully now finally done, until next time.